don't need to.
Why not?
That wouldn't end well?
Okay. You might want to close your gate, though.
Okay, I will do that. I just need to see.
I mean,
There it is.
if you don't want him in the video, do you want me to just keep him upstairs?
Oh, no, it's fine.
Oh, okay. You sure?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. Okay. I will do that. There it is. Oh, no, it's fine. There we go. Whew. That would have been badly. Hello? Is anybody here? Hello? Is anybody here? Hello? Just wait a few minutes until like everybody shows up. So what we're doing today is we're going to be doing a plaid tumbler. So what I did so far is I started it off with just going down the tumbler on just horizontal there, and then it just left off one more spot just so you can see how I did it. So what we're doing today is we're going to be doing a plaid tumbler. There we go. There it is. So what I did so far. So all I did was just line it up, kind of made it equal. Going down the tumbler on just horizontal there, and then just seal it off all the way. There we go. So you can see here, it's like I have each line spaced out. So this is going to be our first color. That's going to be in here. And then after this, after I fill in all of these spots, I just remove off this first layer of tape, and then you get to see the spots that are beside it. And then you just keep filling it in until it's kind of all full. Let's see. Was it the colors I picked for today? Is this kind of like burgundy red and this like navy blue. So you can see some pretty colors here. And what we do is we do one color and then we do the other, and then we mix a color of both of them. So it's kind of a blend of both, just to try to see if you can get kind of mixed. So you just kind of mix it up just to see what it looks like. Hi, Lisa. So if you guys have any questions or anything, you are able to ask them, and I can try to answer them for you. Or you just want to say hi. Let's see, let's maybe add Actually, I think that's okay. So it's just a blend of both of them. Then all we're going to do is just going to put some glue in this little container here. And then all I'm going to do is just kind of glue in these empty spaces right here. I don't know if you can hear him, but his son's walking around in the background. There we go. Move this out of the way. So I just have this paper here just to catch like all of the fall off that I get here. Hi, Bodhi. So we're just filling these in, just with a little light coat of glue, and just pour some glitter on it, and then just shake off the rest that I don't need. So it's a little hard to see at first, but how this is going to turn out. But it should look really good once it's finished. Finish this up. While this is going, is there any other tumblers I should start making or you want to see? You can just comment if you like. I have a lot of ideas in my head that I want to get doing. Want to try to get as much as I want done. Finish this up last row, and then we can start doing the other color. So with this one, it can kind of get a little tricky just because the fact that you can mix up the squares, and if you have the two colors the same, it's not going to look very good. You'll notice the spot right away. I will be doing giveaways away, prizes and all that soon as well. And every purchase that you do have with me, you get an extra little treat with it as well. So I just fold this up, put it back in my little cup. Want to save as much glitter as you can. It's expensive after a while. for you guys who are just joining, we're doing my Plaid Tumbler. It's my new favorite tumbler out here now. So what we're going to do is we're mixing, there's all of the ones that are in between. We're going to use the mix color. So most of the tumbler will actually be a mix, and it's just in between. That's kind of the main color. I also realized I missed a piece. Hey guys! So we got this pretty mixed color we'll just put in between here. Let's see. There we go. Doesn't that look pretty? So it's going to be a crazy cool color in between these. So if there's any spots I kind of miss or something like that, I can always just go back and fill it back in. You want to try to keep this as straight as possible. You just don't want them overlapping each other. Try to get those super straight lines. The next row is going to be more challenging. Because after this, you kind of have to freehand it. Go this one. Aren't those colors super pretty together? This like pretty navy blue I got here. And kind of like a Christmas red. So if any of you guys have questions or something like that, or if a tumbler I should do next, more than welcome. Say something. Or if there's something I've never done before, or something really cool you've seen online, or more than welcome. Tell me and I can always try it out. Right now, this is my first time ever doing, or second time doing a Plaid Tumbler, so getting better. And for my glitter parties that I plan on hosting soon, we can even do Plaid Tumblers for the glitter parties as well. So if anyone wants to do one of those, and that's pretty much, you get to create your own cup with it, so, and then you don't even have to epoxy it, I can epoxy it at home, just so you make sure you actually get a smooth cup when you get it. was it? So I also have some markets coming up as well. Doing some in April. You can see all my new stuff there as well. We're doing a spring one in Maple Ridge. So if you can never come out to Abbotsford or something like that, I can always travel as well. Hey, Jake. Add back this up. What is it? Also, if you do the solid base to begin with, it's a little less glitter that has to be used, then it kind of blends together a little bit better. Well, okay. Let's take off this next layer. And then if the paint comes off, it's not the end of the world. We're just going to cover it up with glitter anyways. So you can kind of see how we'll have to add those little squares in afterwards. This is the confusing part that a lot of people can mess up on. Because if you don't put a mix beside a solid color, it's going to look really funny. This is where the patience come in. There you go. So you can see all of those little squares kind of thing. We're going to have to use this super fine brush kind of thing to line up the squares and make the lines as even as possible. Because I'm going to have to go in between these solid colors and go and make a line and make my own kind of square now. This one will be going up for sale as well. I also have a bunch of new stuff coming out. Hopefully I'll be able to do a lot more tutorials as well. I'm trying to get better at this. I don't know if you can see it very well, but if there's any missing spots on here, I'll just clean them up afterwards, add a little more glue to it, and fill in the blank spaces. Apparently I got the hiccups now too. don't know if you guys are hearing me very well, or if you're hearing a lot in the background. I have my sound turned off just because it kept echoing back into my mic. So I've only been tumbler making now for about 6 months, probably about that. And my first one wasn't the best. So anyone can learn how to do this. It just takes a lot of money and patience. So if anyone does want to learn, there's always this glitter party that I can help you at. And we can always learn something fun. And then you get to keep something for your own as well. It's not very often that you can say that I made this and be proud of it. Getting closer. Only a few more of the mixed colored one, and then we'll go on to the navy blue. At the bottom of the tumbler, we're just going to use a mixed color just to seal in all the rest, just to make it easy. And if any of the lines are jagged or anything like that, I can always go back up with the paintbrush as well. Add a more little glitter just to fill in those lines. You want to make sure you have enough glue on there as well, so it actually holds more of the glitter. So you kind of have to work fast. So everyone that's just joined and now watching, I'm doing, as you can see, I'm doing the Plaid Tumbler. I hope everyone's having a good night as well. And if there's anything I need to start changing or have better ideas of what I should do, feel free to message and comment. I don't really get offended by anything, so pretty good. Or if I should start, if you want to see more lives, I can do more as well, just so you can see more of what I do. Because I can always do another live of me actually putting epoxy on a tumbler so you can actually get a better idea of how it kind of works. Because a lot of people actually don't understand how you actually put epoxy on a tumbler, because they know that epoxy is self-leveling. So if you just put some on there, it's kind of just going to fall off. So we have this kind of cut turner, so it actually stays on the tumbler, so it equals, it flows around, so you're actually able to keep the epoxy on the tumbler. And it kind of gives that glossy feel to it as well. Sadly though, none of these tumblers are dishwasher safe just because they are a double sealed tumbler, so they're actually not allowed to be in the dishwasher anyways, or you'll actually damage the seal. There we go. Got all those layers done. Just a little more I just missed. Hey there! Just trying to get all that excess off for now. Back in there. So this one's getting closer to done on the last color now. So this you gotta be really careful and kind of not go over the lines. Kind of go in between. Usually helps when you don't have a lot of glue on your brush as well. Kind of grabbed a little too much here. Make sure you get in the corners as well. How is everyone doing here? There we go. So do you see all that bright colors of all the different? You can see the that deep dark blue with the mix with the red right beside it. It's really, really pretty. Was it, would you guys rather see lives or would you rather see pre-recorded videos? Hi Kylie! I have a lot of patience. And I'm not doing too bad. How are you? So I do have my laptop beside me as well, so if you want to comment on anything, I can see it right in the video and I can comment, say something back. So if anyone has questions on how I do it or any suggestions I should do next, feel free to comment. And thank you, Kylie. I'm really loving these colors together. Thank you to the lady who suggested doing these ones. I can't remember her name. So I was thinking for my next one, I was going to show off either doing like a beach scene one or a kind of my woodland or my camo looking one that I did a couple weeks ago. So yeah, I was thinking about doing, what I can also do is I can mix paint with epoxy, and then you can actually add it all onto a tumbler to begin with. I've kind of done something similar to that, but I used a mica powder instead, and it kind of gives out the same effects, but it's kind of like a shimmer to it too, so it gives a little more sparkle. They're super fun to do. And the nice thing about any of these cups you do, other than the camo, you kind of, or other than the plaid, sorry, they're all going to be unique. It's almost like impossible to be able to get it the exact same. That's what the nice part about getting one of these kind of custom-made tumblers is. It's going to be personalized for you, and you're the only person that's going to have that exact one. The camo one you're talking about, or the the epoxy one? Or you're just talking about any of them doing videos? Almost done. Got a couple more squares left, and a couple more little fix-ups we have to do just so it seals in the rest. Get those empty spaces that we missed before. Yeah, for sure, I can do the mica powders next. I can do some crazy colors. That's what I actually did on your tumbler. So I can do some more, I have a few more wine glasses that I can do some on. And the beach scene one, actually I use mica powders with my epoxy for that one to create the effect. So it kind of all blends together, but still has its own kind of defined lines at the same time. I will probably, if I can get this going more often, try to do at least a live a week. See, just so you guys can actually see something more and see all the cool things I'm making. And who knows, I might actually do some giveaways on some. I have lots of products and items that I want to start giving away to some awesome people here. I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you guys. Unless I want to just do it as a hobby, but I wouldn't be able to do this one. At least not just for everyone else. Sounds good, Kylie. What is it? You can always look on Pinterest as well if you're trying to look for more ideas. I have in mind of doing a Northern Lights one as well. That would be really cool. With like a tree line on the bottom of it as well. And that one you would actually do on the turner as well. So you kind of get the swirl effect kind of going on with it. No, I've been trying to make one for myself for the longest time now, and I can never decide on what type of pattern I want. I have so many ideas I want to do, and I just want to do them all for myself, but I can never pick on just one. And I already have too many tumblers already, so I think Chris might kill me if I make more for myself. We're almost done. Just getting the last few more squares. This last row. So once this is all actually finished, all I'll have to do before I can actually epoxy is I'll have to put a spray paint of clear coat on it just so the actual glitter stays in its place, or it'll actually move on you and then you won't get much of the pattern anymore. Kind of have to start all over again. So it just gives like nice crisp lines and stays exactly how you put it on the tumbler and how you wanted it to be. That is very true. I could always do that. Just self-advertise myself. There we go. It's almost done. Just have to go fix up those little mistakes. The nice thing about glitter, you can kind of hide it after with your other one. As long as you don't get a light and a dark mixed up together when you want it to be a solid color. Then it might be a little harder. There we go. Fill in these little gaps. So if anybody has questions as well, more than welcome to ask. Whew. It's already late. I had a very, very long night last night. My son is sick right now, so he was up all night, not being able to breathe properly through his nose. Poor little guy. And I always feel bad for them, just because they don't know what's going on. And they just have a hard time breathing. And we also couldn't find his little nose sections. We felt really bad. So this glue dries really, really fast. So some spots I just didn't put enough on, or it just wasn't quite working fast enough for it. That's all good. That's what more glitter is for. So coming up soon, I will be doing more giveaways as well. Give a little extra love back to everyone who helps and supports me. I do at one point hope this will be able to be a full-time job. Or at least make life a little easier. Because everyone knows a little extra money always helps. And crafts always keep me very distracted. Just finishing this up. So we got the bottom left. I got fixed up all the rest of it. Now we just gotta do the bottom. So we just cover the whole thing with glue. Just make sure it's fully coated. Get all those little edges. Make sure the whole tumbler is sealed. So, how do you think I'm doing so far? This is my very first one, so I wasn't quite sure how things were gonna go. So there you go. There's a finished plaid tumbler. It's in that little spot up there. Thank you everyone for watching, and keep postponed for more tumblers to come.